live. Hooray. And we are gonna... Come on. There we go. Move that way over to my other. There we go. My other thingy. All right.
I was so confused.
Let's see what I can figure out. I have decisions to make here. Right now, I hear fireworks. It's a little bit early for that. This piece is kind of a mess. That's not perfectly straight, but it'll be okay. I feel like this would be easier if I learned to do it with my tablet. But I can't learn too many new things at one time. It's laying pretty flat. Actually, don't feel like that's rotated enough yet. Do I print the whole head or just the hair? I am going to print just the hair. I've got some faceplates that I ordered from Chibi Chop Shop because I'm going to be putting together some custom Nindo dolls that I'm going to be painting the faces of them. So I'm going to have to figure out how to cut, like, I found this on Thingiverse. This is actually like, it's the shape of the back of the head, and I've got a hairpiece from a Nendoroid doll that I got. So that's going to make this shape in the back of the hairpiece when I'm done with it. But I haven't figured out how to make the shape that goes on the front piece yet, because you can see it's like attached to this faceplate hair digger that I found on Thingiverse. So yeah, I totally lost it. So I should have saved it. It's like I downloaded it, but I didn't add it to my favorites, and I should have done that. But if you search for Nendoroid, it'll come up. There's not a whole lot there yet for Nindos, so. This one. So that's the front that I've got so far, and I'm just kind of like trying to go around the back. And there's a little space like right here around where the ear will be that I need to figure out. But it's close. At some point I need to figure out how I'm going to merge all of these hair bits together. I've got 28 strands so far because each one of these can be individually manipulated. So, but I'm figuring things out a little bit at a time. That's really the best I can do. Well, I'm glad you like it so far. I've kind of been poking at it since yesterday. I was going to try to just like order hair pieces from Chibi Chop Shop, and I just could not find any that I liked, so I'll just make my own. It's kind of what I do. So I'm trying to bring, and I need to switch back to that one. Did I not do a good job there? No, it's okay. I thought maybe I didn't get it quite up there. But it's just this one. Yeah, this would definitely be faster if I figured out how to do it with the tablet, but one thing at a time. Select all, right click join. You know, I haven't had good luck with that for the resin printer. It works really well when I'm using the Ender, but when I'm using my Saturn, when I've done that, it makes empty holes inside the model that fill up with liquid resin that can't drain out. And eventually that liquid resin causes the exterior of the model to crack if it can't drain and it can't cure. So whenever I convert it, I'll probably have to use the Boolean union to merge it so that it all becomes like a single piece of hollow geometry. But I don't know how well that's gonna work yet. We'll see. The Boolean modes don't always work as well as they ought to. But that's okay. Trial and error and practice. I'm pretty happy with the front and his little thingies on the top. I'm not totally sure I'm happy with the back yet, what I'm doing here, but maybe it'll be okay. Trying to make sure I don't have them going out too far from the back either. Because I don't want it to be huge. And I've been having trouble with Blender like all day. Like a bunch of my keyboard shortcuts have decided they don't want to work anymore. So It's always something. That's okay. Twisted that one a little too much. This is really probably like one of the last things that I should be spending my time on right now. I think that's always the way though, the things that like deserve our attention the least are the ones that call to us the most. What the heck did I do on this side? Okay. All day long as I worked on this, because I just like left it open all day, and as Evie would let me, I would come sit down for a minute or two and try to work on it a little bit. And every time I look at these little hair things, I think they look like the slugs in Reboot, the nulls. Like, and the people get stuck in the games and they lose and they turn into that little slug. That's what they look like. And I feel like very few people will know what I mean when I say that, but I loved that show when I was a kid. Maybe me saying that is like really showing my age. I don't know. It's just that's where my mind went with my weird little hair slugs. Whoa, I totally messed that up in the world. So this is going to be one of those things that you feel like you should know it, but you don't think you ever really watched it. You totally should watch it. That show is so good. It's one of my favorites, and like that late 90s, early 2000s CG is just, it's like a whole experience of its own. It's fabulous. And there's like all kinds of pop cultural jokes in all the episodes. It's wonderful. There's like one that's like Evil Dead themed, and they have to like go fight CGI Bruce Campbell. It's wonderful. You use Blender so much easier than you do. I am learning. I am very slowly learning. I don't really follow a lot of the rules apparently, but it gets things done. But I am going to be talking about this project on YouTube at some point soon, because this is kind of what's going to be keeping me busy while Tall goes off to be cast, because he's going to be like my first professionally produced doll, and I'm like really stoked about it, and it's going to be the best thing ever. It's available to stream for free like everywhere. I was going to say that I felt like I saw it maybe on Tubi, but I'm not sure. We've been watching a lot of Tubi because Evie has been watching the really, really awful Donkey Kong Country CG cartoon from the 90s. She loves that show so much. And it's so bad. It's just really amazing. Casting sounds awesome. I know, I am so excited to be getting toward that. It's like as soon as I finish the master, it's like we'll be signing a contract for casting, and I don't know if I'm actually going to do like pre-orders and give people a chance to buy him, or if I'm gonna just like totally chicken out and not do that. I don't know. I'm torn because it sounds really fun and it also sounds absolutely terrifying, so fortunately there is no limit or requirement. I can get as few casts as I need, so even if I just end up getting him like for myself, it'll be no problem. Because, you know, I'll need at least 3 for myself. Because I'm gonna need one to be the open eye head, and then I'm gonna need one to be the sleeping head, and then I want him to have 2 open eye heads. It's like one with the scar that he gets in the first book and one without. So I think this piece is too fat. We'll just scale it down just a little bit. Actually, no, I should not do that. I should keep it fat at the top so that it fills in more space. Yeah, I just gotta get together the money for it. But I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm also excited to be able to get him cast in the US because I don't have to wait for the weather to cool off to be able to ship him. Because if I had originally thought about seeing if I could get like a really small casting run with Haru casting, but I cannot do that with the weather being hot, so. This is gonna be hard because I think I'll make his hair, because on this side I need to have more space around his ear. This is gonna be for Zaide, and he has a pointy ear, but only one. Because his other ear got cut short. such a weather sensitive hobby. They are, and I never used to worry about it, but Haru had such trouble last year with the dolls just like melting in the heat. It was awful. I think that one looks okay. Need to steal some from that side, I think, so that I don't have to curve them as much. Wow, that piece is a lot bigger than I thought I made it. Time for you to go to bed. Good night. Thank you for stopping by and saying hello. And hopefully this will be one that I actually remember to upload to YouTube when I'm done. So we'll see. I rotated that too far. Let's take that down, back, down, back. Yeah. That is not as curved out that way as I thought it was. It's really not. So we are just gonna make it really curvy. Should I try to go under? Yeah. Working digitally is wonderful. Copy pasted an entire panel's background and skewed it a tiny bit and boom, it's done. I know, that's what makes this really wonderful. These actually, it's an interesting technique that I just totally stole from some dude on YouTube. These hair strands are not models yet. They will be, but they're not yet. Right now, these are just tubes. And if I zoom way in, you can see that these are just like little hollow tubes. There. See, it's open. This line in here in the middle that I'm adjusting that has the points, it's just a path, just a curve. And then it has a bevel applied to it that's just like a circle, and it makes it a tube, and then I can scale it along the points. So it's interesting, and it works really well, but at some point I'm going to have to convert them to meshes, and then I'm going to have to go cap every single one on both ends manually. I'm getting there though. I put that piece of hair in there and it just like, it's gone. It vanished. That actually looks pretty good already. That just needs a little bit of adjusting. We're gonna move the whole thing. Actually, maybe. Yeah, course, I don't know. I don't know if I like that or not. I guess it's okay like that. Okay, I need to put some big pieces in there to cover this big empty spot by this sphere. Okay, that actually worked really well. That's kind of surprising. I don't think that'll get in the way of his little elfie ear. Trying to use this head as a reference, kinda, but working ahead a little and trying to make background squared away. 13 pages left to do. 13 is a little not bad, but don't overdo it. Don't strain yourself. Yeah, that worked suspiciously well. I don't know what I think about that one. I think at some point I'm just going to have just like a chunk of hair that's just like a weird blob like in here, and maybe even just leave this sphere piece. Only gonna do like 5 or 6 pages tonight, you think? I hope by that you mean backgrounds and not like entire pages. Man, that did work really well. That is so weird. Background wise, okay, well, just don't overdo it. We've talked about this, Lizzie. I like how these pieces look really small and it's like way up here. This one, I did not do a good job of dropping that contact point down. And I still can't figure out how I think I'm just gonna do like a straight line split like what this hair has on this head, because I've looked at some that have the shape like made so that it'll cover the seam, and it's like, I'm not that good at sculpting yet. I'm just not. Copy pasting stuff and adding speed lines. Yeah, that doesn't sound terrible then. I know the little hair flippies. I am so happy with how those came out. I'm really glad that I added them, and I made it a little bit longer in the front than it was when I shared it earlier because I just really felt like it wasn't long enough because like his eyes are going to be like down here. This boy had a very unflattering forehead for a bit there. Okay, let's duplicate one of these little dudes. Whee. Reminds you of Harvest Moon. You know, I guess I could see it. The proportions. Yeah, I think the Harvest Moon characters are very, very chibi. What am I doing with this piece? What am I even trying to achieve here? Something here, because I don't like this seam. I didn't like that seam. That seam was ugly. I mean, I guess it's still ugly. It's just... What did I do to this thing? Okay, that's the bottom, so this is the top. Okay. I did something weird there. I think maybe if I scale this one... Hey Erlock, how's it going? You're just in time to watch me not know what I'm doing. Well, I guess that's not really any different from any other stream, is it? I'm actually really not liking how this hair strand is going. I think I might delete this and try a different... I guess I could just make it fat. Talk to your mom, catching up. So I was live and wanted to stop by. Well, thank you for stopping by. Some time spent catching up with friends is always nice. Yeah, I've made a bit of progress. I'm not really digging how this section is turning out, so it needs something, I don't know what. maybe I'll do that. It's not real pretty right there. That's not real pretty either, but okay, I think I like that better. Let's see. This piece. I really want something in front of his ear over on this side. Something like that, maybe. My little one there kind of disappears when I do that. Let's see what we can do. Most annoying thing about Twitch serving ads in the streams is that it doesn't buffer what you miss. Oh yeah, I hate that. I noticed that the other day when one of my friends was streaming and I actually caught her streaming, so I popped in to say hi, and she was telling a story and it was really funny and entertaining, and then like right in the middle of her story, Twitch is like, hello, have some ads, and it's like, oh okay, and I just like missed the whole middle of her story, so I still have no idea what it was about. Okay, I like that shape better, but now I'm not happy with this dude. Okay, that's a little better. I think I'm just gonna leave this spot blank, and that's just gonna be like recessed white hair right there. To be quite honest, I'm kind of getting tired of fiddling with that part. You finished the backgrounds on 7 pages. That's good. Good job. That has to feel nice. Okay, let's see. Now to do something with the rest of the back. Well, maybe I can grab... Is this one big enough? Maybe I can bring that down. I don't know if that's an improvement. I guess it is. It's a little bit of an improvement. Or maybe I can... that's not terrible. I can just drop one right in the same spot and have it go the other direction. Ooh. Or not. It was worth a try. This song has like Ragnarok Online vibes for me. Man, I tried to make that better. I think I just made it worse. Well, that's okay. That side of his head is just going to be ugly. I'll have to make his little pointed ear on that side extra cute to make up for it. Okay, so then I need to duplicate some of these things. This is not big enough for what I'm trying to do. Let's just make it really big. That'll fix everything, right? Oh no, that's ugly. Well, I tried. Hey, that actually kind of went together decently. How the top two hair pieces turn out. Well, I think I'm gonna make the parting line. I think it's gonna end up being like right behind this. So I should be able to print it. Like I can rotate it so like the little spriggy thingies will be off like that. So they'll have, I should be able to put supports on the back, like really lightweight supports, and that should be good. I think part of what I've gotten myself in trouble with the hair on the back here is that it's not symmetrical. That's alright. Symmetry is for experts. We don't do that here. Is not quite sure what a Nendoroid is. Oh, there's Hannah. Hi, Hannah. Nendoroid is, yeah, it's like a figure line, and I actually got Nendoroid dolls. I got some bodies. And this is one that I got because I'm weak and it was on clearance at GameStop. I figured I could cannibalize it for parts, but so like there's like the faceplate, like they have the little chibi faceplates like that. And I'm gonna, where's my camera? There it is. like that. And then I got the little Nendoroid bodies, and this one has no clothes on at the moment because I'm using it to make sure I get the sculpting right. And then there's the hair pieces, and the hair is like two pieces that go together like this with the faceplate inside. Nendoroids are expensive. Like this doll was on clearance and it was still like $50. So, but I got 4 Nendoroid doll bodies in addition to this one that just came in, and I've got a handful of faceplates that somebody gave me in a trade for a face up, and now I'm trying to make some custom hair for one of those, and he's got faceplates that I ordered. So yeah, they're like 80 or 90 usually for the Nendoroid dolls. And then the regular Nendo figures are like, they start around like 50, I think. And I have always loved them, and just recently decided to get started with them. Yeah, and like most of the Nendoroid figures, like, you know, mine are the dolls, and the dolls are the only ones that can wear like clothes, and I'll be making outfits for them. But the regular Nendoroids, they're just like sculpted like the anime characters and the video game characters. The body is just sculpted to look like their outfit. What was I doing? Oh yeah, hair. What am I doing? The same thing I've been doing all night. Did I? Nope, that's not the right hairpiece. What am I doing? No, 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 no. There we go. This looks bad. But then if I do that, then the top part looks bad. I'll have to go back and adjust the top layer, because I don't like how that looks now. But I'm going to try to finish the bottom layer before I do that, because otherwise I'm just going to frustrate myself going back and forth and back and forth. Let's rotate. That's one of those pieces that went in place suspiciously easy. I think my pieces are getting too big. I'm gonna steal one of these little skinny ones again. Yeah. It's time for soup at 10 p.m. I mean, any time is a good time for soup if you're hungry. had strawberry shortcake. Because it is Rune Day and I had to have some kind of cake to celebrate having weird dreams that inspire books. I must celebrate Rune Day. I did celebrate. I did it. And in fact, when I told my husband that he needed to bring me some cake mix and some strawberries so I could make strawberry shortcake, he was like, why? And I just looked at him and then he was like, oh yeah, should I get some fried chicken too? So he's like an enabler, but I love him. Maybe I love him because he's an enabler. I don't know. Alright, let's do something about this ugliness. Fried chicken is a great idea. Well, yes, and it's a very accurate celebratory measure for Rune Day, so. So I appreciate that he offered. I appreciate that he tolerates my weirdness so well. I don't think I'm gonna get this, like, super perfect, amazingly attractive. Forgetting what all my hotkeys are. I think that was as good as I'm gonna be able to get. So just a couple, this one over here is fine. Those on that side are fine, it's just like these couple here that they just really seemed like they sank in. And I guess they kinda did. Okay. Oh, I still have this gap over here. An ugly gap. Ugh. the best way to solve that? I think what I'm gonna do, I think I'm gonna make this thinner. That's not really pretty or anything, but and I'm just gonna duplicate this piece. And we're gonna tuck it in there. There we go. Is that an attractive solution? Absolutely not. But it is a solution, so. Solution is a solution. Yeah, that's right. Still a little gappy down there, but we're gonna leave that alone. If I hate it too much, I'll just not do anything actually, because I'm gonna print this in white resin and I'm doing nothing to it. Okay, so that's that layer. There's still this little spot back here. Do I want to do something with that? I don't know. I don't know if I want to do something with that spot. Let's try. Whoop. Man, that is super ugly. What in the world did I do with that? That said he was gonna get some water. That sounds like I'm asking him if he wants some salt with it. I don't know why he gets that accent when he says certain things. I scale this, it'll fill in. Okay, that worked out alright. Okay. Now I need to do something with the bottom. Do I need to do something with the bottom of the hair? Or do you think I can get away with doing nothing with that and just leaving it weird and round like that? I'll say he's got like an undercut or something. Because if I can get away with doing nothing with the bottom there, then I think it's ready for me to start cutting it up. I'm not cutting it up because I have to merge it together first. I have to merge together 44 pieces of hair. You probably get away with it. Ambro, hi! How are you? Okay, I think... Yeah, I think I'm gonna do it. I think I'm gonna leave it. Now what I should see... What does this look like when I remove that little bit of the sphere right there? Okay, that actually looks really good. Good things in you. I am doing alright. I am very tired, but I think I have a... What? Oh, that's what I did. I was like, what did you... Okay. Alright. Now... Oh man, this is gonna suck. How am I gonna do this? So I got the face digger. So I can dig the face into the sphere. So I need the sphere to disappear around the jaw, or it's not gonna fit. Okay. One step at a time. Yeah, that's the truth. Alright, that should work. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to save this as a something else. So we're going to do merged. Because that way, if I totally mess this up... Okay, that's what it looks like right now. Alright, I cannot join them. Oh my gosh, what happened? That's ugly. That's not go according to plan at all. Okay. Alright, so I think I need to convert these to mesh? Maybe? I don't know. I really thought just like joining them would do that. Cause it's like, can I select all of them and convert to mesh like that? It won't? Nope. That's incredible. If my shortcuts were working like they're supposed to today, this would not be a problem, but it decided we weren't gonna do that. It was going too smoothly, yeah. Yeah, I don't know what is going on, but like I'm having to use the mouse for everything. I don't know if it's because sometimes if I put my computer to sleep when it wakes up, shortcuts and stuff just don't work right, so maybe I did that to myself. But I'm having to do everything manually because half of my shortcuts don't want to cooperate today. And that's just the way computers are sometimes. They do what they want. Whoops. At least there's only 40 something things to manually convert to mesh while my hotkeys don't want to do this. That's alright. At least when I do it this way, instead of trying to do everything at once, they stay the shape they're supposed to stay. But I'm still gonna have to go in and cap all the ends, I think. Oh, that's not terrible. I really thought, I saw people complaining that it made way too many faces, and it's like, it's really not bad. If I could like zoom in a little better maybe? Oh, okay, that's an experience, alright. Sometimes I wish the zoom was a little bit more precise. Blame it on their creators and rage against them. Oh, how would a robot uprising ever work if all the computers have such bad temperaments? Right? I mean, we would pretty much cripple them just by not refilling the ink in the printer. They couldn't do anything to us because they don't even know when they're out of ink. Okay, that looks pretty good on that end. Whee! You need to program computers with sentimentality for all the times we worked so hard to fix them. Tell them all to divide by 0. There was one time, like I think they removed it when they changed the voice, but I asked Siri one time if she would spare me during the robot uprising, and she said, "I make no promises." And I thought that was just pretty much exactly what we should expect from robots. Nearly cried the other day because he went to use the upset and the big storm had messed it up. Thankfully, unplugging it back in, fixed the problems. Yeah, I paid so much money for my printer, and it has been nothing but a nightmare. We're gonna merge that at center. Why do I do this to myself? I think I'm gonna turn them on and off, toggle them on and off as I do this. Hi! Always try to unplug the printer before bad weather comes through. Oh yeah. I don't unplug anything. I'm just like constantly inviting chaos, I guess. Did that really collapse down to just one? Okay, it did. Okay. Okay, why? There we go. Should be so much faster if I could just like press button, press button. But that's okay. I guess it's fine. Because that way anybody who's watching who really wants to know exactly what I'm doing, they can see everything because I'm not relying on shortcuts. So we'll pretend this is good and beneficial. Look at me turning my head like that's going to do absolutely anything here. Original Wii and the PS3 got fried in the store. Oh yeah, that was the PS3 that we gave you, wasn't it? Whoops. getting faster at this? I don't know. Comprehensive modeling walkthrough. I don't give a comprehensive anything walkthrough because I don't know what I'm doing. That's okay though, at least I try. And how well this goes is like directly related to whether or not I can catch all the vertices in one swipe. If I can zoom in enough, then it's just like merge, and then it's good. The problem is it does not always want to zoom in like that. Like that. Like, what is that? There we go, merge. Old PS2 is still kicking like a Nokia. Yeah, we don't experience a lot of turnover. The only one we ever had a problem with was the Xbox 360. Hope this doesn't mess up my sculpting too bad. That one looked weird. I guess it wasn't weird, it just looked weird. I should not have made this hair so many pieces. Merge. Okay. I still say these look like the little slug things from Reboot. The Knolls. Yeah, so I was saying earlier, you weren't there, Ambro, but I was saying my little hair slugs looked like the Knolls. And then I was convincing Lissy that she needs to go watch Reboot. She's never watched it. I am cool as hexadecimal. She was always awesome. Sorry, it premiered 6 years before you were born. I know, you're such a baby. Reboot was really amazing, and it just had like the graphics were just phenomenal for that era, and the writing was goofy but compelling at the same time, and the voice acting was just like really spectacular. I'm getting sleepy. I don't know if I'm gonna finish this hair. Maybe when I, bless you. Maybe when I finish all this and go to upload it in the permanent archive, maybe I will edit out some of this part and make it a little bit more interesting to watch. I bet I could make nulls with a creepy crawler machine. Like with the plastic goop. I totally bet that would work. But no, that was... You know the entire intro to the Captain America cartoon. I mean, you watch something enough times. It's on my to-watch list. Yeah, there you go. That's all you have to tell people. It's on my to-watch list. Like me with every Marvel movie after Ant-Man, because I honestly don't care to see any of them at this point. I'm sure some of them are good, but I am marveled out. Okay, only half of them left to go. Sort of check out on the Marvel movies yourself. I mean, I'm glad I'm not the only one. It's like, I don't know. I just got burned out on them. It's like, when every new movie release is a Marvel release, it's like, I'm ready for something else. It's like when we were trying to watch Saint Seiya, like right after we got married, and I had never seen it, and we got to like episode 50 something in like 2 weeks, and then it was like, no, we can't do this anymore. That's too much Saint Seiya. And we have never finished watching it. You watched the whole thing already. It was my first time watching it. Fresh adaptations, preferably animated shows and movies, because they can be more comic accurate. Well, don't you just want like your 97th Spider-Man adaptation, live action reboot movie? I don't even know at this point. Yes. Yes, it was. Would love direct adaptations of successful comic runs. That would be very cool. I think those would lend themselves nicely to animation. I feel like they choose strange and arbitrary things to adapt when they do. But I mean, it's not just Marvel doing that, because it's like, how many times have people asked for like a Batman Beyond movie? Like a live action Batman Beyond movie. What is happening with this? Next time I do something like this, I'm gonna restart to make sure my shortcuts are all working right. Adaptations in general are odd, and they are. And to an extent, I know it's because some things just don't convert well. At least the comic adaptations are not as bizarre as like book adaptations. Oh, these are his little hair flippies on top. That's why they're shaped so weird. $17 to go. And then I can try joining them, and hopefully it'll work better now and not do whatever it was that it did that first time. Started watching an anime adaptation of Anne of Green Gables. Okay. Interesting choice of things to anime. 5. These little hair shapes look so bizarre out of context. The most book accurate adaptation you've ever seen. I watched 2 episodes and we're not very far because they're adapting the whole thing. It's a double-edged sword there, I guess. At the same time, I think I would like that. Like, I don't know, I sometimes do that author thing where I think about it's like, well, what if someday there was a film version of one of my books? And I honestly don't know how I would feel about it. I think I would prefer it be like a series, like a TV series, because they could have each chapter be an episode. Although that wouldn't really work well, because some of my chapters are not paced very well, but I guess you never know. Has that anime pacing where there can be 20 seconds of a character just kind of there silently. I'm trying to remember, what was it? We watched something recently and I was like, why are like the Netflix movies, like the made by Netflix movies, why is the pacing in those always really bad? Speaking of the books, how's the voice reading recording thing going? We haven't started yet because my audio engineer is in the process of moving. And until he is all settled, he doesn't really have the tools necessary to do the editing for the audiobooks. So we're just kind of hanging out, but I just got a new proper foam cover for my microphone. So it it's not gonna have that weird pop filter that I made myself anymore, although that thing is hilarious. I don't know if some of you have seen it, but my current pop filter on my microphone is 2 pieces of egg crate foam pulled from a garbage can at the Apple store, and they are rubber banded onto the microphone. It works, but it's not pretty. But I have like an actual foam pop filter now that I can put on it, so when I do the recording it should sound okay. But I still think at some point I may do like a reading stream where I'll just get on and we'll read a chapter of a book, and I've got so many books that if we do that it'll be like a year worth of streaming if I stream every day, which I do not have the time to do, but clicky clacking such. Yeah, that's her dog. You wanna come over here and say hi? Come here. Come up. Come up. Up, up, up. Good girl. Say hello. Okay, you can go lie down now. You don't want to be up here anymore? You have fans. Okay, you can lay down. She's like, okay, yeah, I'm done. Don't trust yourself anymore. What else would the clicky clacking be? I think I may finish sealing these off just in time to go to bed. Because I'm getting so tired. But I hadn't done any streaming in a really long time, so I thought I should get on and let people know that it's like I'm still here and I'm still doing things. It's hard for me to get things done in the summer. And then it's like, it's hard to get things done in the summer, and then I've also been feeling like super burned out, so I've just been reading a lot of books and playing Story of Seasons. Try to get some of that creative mojo back. You were able to dial the streaming quality down low so you could actually watch. Well, fortunately for you, I am not using the fancy 4K webcam that I have now. Okay, why suddenly is it not? Okay, there it is. It was not accepting the hotkey to scroll. I'm like, please don't reject more hotkeys. You've done that enough for one day. Not like you're always telling me to take care of myself from time to time. I have never heard that. Nobody ever tells me to take breaks. I am being facetious. I know. Everybody's always like, you should take a break, and I'm like, no. Because if I take a break, then I will have some kind of existential crisis. It's like, I am a creator, and if I am not creating, how can I be? Which I know is that's a problem, but it's not one I'm gonna address right now. Yay! This is the last piece of hair. Evie already answered that on me. She did. My phone just like vibrated itself right off when it was sitting on. Okay, I think that's all of them. So let's turn these back on and see how bad it's messed up now that I have sealed all of the little ends. Yeah, that's pretty good actually. Not bad. So let's do that thing. Hey, look at that. Cool. And then I'm gonna save as... Before I mess this up, I'm gonna save it. A head of bananas. Oh no, why did you say that? It does look like bananas. Oh no. Keep a banana here. Well, he's just gonna have to deal with that. Okay. Let's... Alright, we're gonna add... differences. This. We're gonna... That did not work. Oh man, I messed something up, didn't I? Undo, 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 undo. Okay. Why did the Boolean not work? It's supposed to do difference. Why is it adding it? Difference means remove. Why? Why do you do this, Blender? Add difference. Face digger. Apply. Okay. That. Whoa, that really did not work. That extremely did not work. I just made a large hole. This is the problem with Blender. It has no idea what it's doing. Ever. Okay, let's undo that. What am I gonna do? Not sure if you should laugh or stare disapprovingly. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's a sign that it's time to stop for the night, because the way it's supposed to work is that when I run that, it cuts out all of the shape and makes like a new face in there. It's like the shape of what I'm cutting out. And it It is not doing that. Alright, let's try it one more time. Difference. Face digger. Apply. No. Okay. How far can I back up? I can only back up that far. Yeah. I'm gonna have to figure out something. Alright, well, we'll save this one here. And hope at least I can open this one. We can back up a little bit at least. I may need to manually union every single one of these hair pieces onto that sphere before it's gonna work right. And that is gonna be a nightmare. I get ideas while I sleep. Yeah. Well, I've got the two versions now. I've got the one where it's like I selected everything and I joined it, and it was worth trying, but it just ripped a big hole in the model, so that's not gonna work. I guess if I really have to, I can always make like I can make like a cube or a sphere, and I can cut the faceplate shape out of the sphere maybe, and I can keep the back of it and merge that into that thing there if it doesn't cooperate. That's so frustrating. Oh my goodness, what a bummer. My hair strands are unionizing now. There you go. Strands for the ethical treatment of adventurers' hair. No more cutting with unsharp daggers. Well, at least that part's done, so. Yay, look at that. The hair, it's so cute. With a little face, it's gonna be so adorable. Yay. With the little thingies on the top. And now I'll have a thing to upload in one of my off weeks, which is also gonna be like full of spoilers because I was talking about Tall's head. And I haven't like finished my video about that, saying that I'm gonna get him cast or whatever, but that's okay. The stream will just be where people go to get spoilers, I guess. Yes. Alright, well, I'm dropping things. I need to stop. I need to go to bed now. Thanks for joining. Thanks for stopping by and keeping me company while I play with Blender and get frustrated, because that's what you do. You try to render and it doesn't work, and then you get frustrated. So that's okay. I tried. I'm gonna stop it now and see you later.